Dr. Sarah treated the injured eagle and released it. But did the eagle fly away? No. What happened a week later changed her life forever. Dr. Sarah Mitchell, who lived in the small town of Pine Valley in the mountainous regions of Colorado, had been working as a wildlife veterinarian for 15 years. Her small clinic was a modest place established to treat injured animals. Thanks to her special bond with animals, Sarah was a person everyone in the town respected. On a cold October morning, when Sarah arrived at her clinic, she was met with an unexpected sight. A large eagle lay on the ground, struggling to breathe with a broken wing. This was a golden eagle, one of North America's largest predatory birds. In addition to its broken wing, it had a deep wound on its leg. As Sarah approached the eagle, she could see the pain in its eyes. She touched it with her experienced hands and realized that its condition was serious. "Don't worry, my friend, I'll help you," she said softly. After giving the eagle a mild sedative, Sarah began a detailed examination. The wing was completely broken, and the wound on its leg was probably caused by a hunting trap. The eagle was taken to the operating table and treated for hours by Sarah's skilled hands. The operation was complicated. Sarah fixed the broken bones with platinum rods and screws. She used strong antibiotics to prevent infection. She also carefully cleaned and stitched the deep wound on its leg. The entire procedure took 4 hours, and Sarah was exhausted. The eagle entered the rehabilitation cage at the clinic to begin its recovery process. Sarah checked on the eagle every day, monitoring its wounds and nutrition. At first, the eagle was very aggressive and distrustful of humans. However, Sarah's patient approach gradually broke down the eagle's defenses. 3 weeks later, the eagle began to use its wing again. Sarah was overjoyed when she saw it make short flights inside the cage. It was time to release it. Sarah named the eagle Phoenix because it was like the legendary bird that rose from its ashes. On the day of his release, Sarah looked at the eagle one last time. "You are free now, Phoenix. Have a wonderful life," she said, and opened the cage door. The eagle paused for a moment, looked at Sarah, and then rose into the sky with powerful wing beats. Sarah felt a slight sadness as she said goodbye to the eagle. She formed a special bond with every animal. But this was the cycle of nature, to heal animals and return them to nature. The next morning, when Sarah arrived at her clinic, she was surprised by something amazing. Phoenix was sitting on the roof of the clinic. When the eagle saw Sarah, it cried out as if to say, "Hello." At first, Sarah thought it was a coincidence. Maybe the eagle was just passing by a familiar place. But as the days passed, she noticed that Phoenix was in the same place every morning. Even more interesting was that the eagle sometimes brought small prey animals. First a rabbit, then a squirrel, sometimes small fish. He would leave them in front of the clinic and wait for Sarah to come out. When Sarah shared this with her colleagues, they were also surprised. Eagles were generally known to be very independent animals, but Phoenix seemed to want to show his gratitude to Sarah. As the days passed, this routine continued. Phoenix waited for Sarah on the roof of the clinic every morning. Sometimes he brought large fish, sometimes rabbits. Sarah started filming this because no one believed her. One day when Sarah got out of her car to go to the clinic, Phoenix was circling in the air and letting out excited cries. When Sarah looked at the eagle, she realized that Phoenix was trying to show her something. The eagle flew toward the forest and waited for Sarah to follow. Curious, Sarah decided to follow Phoenix. The eagle led her to a path in the forest. After walking for about 10 minutes, Sarah was met with an astonishing sight. Phoenix had taken her to its nest. In the nest were Phoenix's mate and 2 baby eagles. Sarah would never forget that moment. Phoenix was introducing her to his family. This was a behavior almost never seen among wild animals. After that day, the bond between Sarah and Phoenix grew even stronger. Phoenix no longer just brought her gifts. When Sarah went hiking in the mountains, Phoenix would follow her in the sky as if protecting her. One day, while Sarah was conducting botanical research in the mountains, she slipped and was in danger of falling into a deep ravine. At that moment, Phoenix let out a loud cry to warn Sarah. The eagle made her aware of the danger and saved Sarah's life. After this experience, Sarah realized that Phoenix was not only grateful, but also trying to protect her. This situation attracted great interest in the scientific world, as it was very rare for eagles to exhibit such behavior. Months passed and Phoenix continued to visit the clinic every day. Sarah had grown accustomed to the eagle and was very happy to have him around. Phoenix had become the clinic's mascot. One day, when Sarah arrived at the clinic, she couldn't see Phoenix on the roof. She was worried because the eagle had never been this late before. Hours passed, but Phoenix didn't show up. Sarah was worried that something had happened to the eagle. The next day, Sarah went out to look for Phoenix in the mountains. After searching for hours, she found Phoenix injured. The eagle had probably fought with another bird of prey and had a slight injury to its wing. Sarah took Phoenix back to the clinic and treated him. This time, the eagle was very calm and cooperative. It was as if he completely trusted Sarah. After treatment, Phoenix recovered quickly. After this incident, the bond between Sarah and Phoenix became legendary. The townspeople told this story to everyone. Phoenix was now not only Sarah's symbol, but the symbol of the entire town. Sarah realized that the time she spent with Phoenix was the most meaningful period of her life. She had never thought that an animal could be so grateful. Phoenix not only brought her gifts, but also became her protector. Years passed and Phoenix grew old. He was no longer as strong as he used to be, but his loyalty to Sarah never changed. When Sarah saw that Phoenix was getting old, she prepared a special place for him. The eagle could now rest whenever he wanted and roam freely. When Sarah's retirement days came, Phoenix was still by her side. They had grown old together and formed a strong friendship. This story was the most beautiful example of how strong the bond between humans and animals can be. Phoenix's gratitude to Sarah was not just in return for her treatment. It was a pure and sincere friendship between two different species. Thanks to Phoenix, Sarah had learned the most valuable lesson of her life. Love and compassion are the universal language of all living beings. Today, the story of Sarah and Phoenix has become the most famous legend in the town of Pine Valley. Veterinarian Sarah Mitchell is grateful for the happiness that her experience with Phoenix brought her, because Phoenix was not just a patient to her, but a lifelong friend. This story shows one of the most beautiful gifts nature has to offer. Love, compassion, and loyalty are not exclusive to humans. Animals can also experience these emotions in their purest form. Phoenix's gratitude toward Sarah is the most beautiful proof of this truth. Dear friend, thank you for following this story to the end. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give it a like. Keep supporting us, take care, and see you in the next episodes.